Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Welcome to our channel. Today we're doing the top 5 sneakers. And this list is based upon impact. Okay? Alright, let's get into it. My number 1 is the original Superstar shell toe Adidas. Okay, so what's yours?
I'll probably have to go with the Jordan 2. Probably because it was such a impactful shoe where it didn't even have a swoosh on it. It was like Italian leather, and it was just, just really that fresh and that powerful where they took the swoosh off. That had never been done by Nike, especially not early on like that. That was like in the mid to late 80s.
Okay. Wow, I didn't even know that. Okay, so my number 2 is the Jordan 1's.
That's a good choice. And
I say that because of the impact it had on the world. People are still talking about the whole ban thing, even though it was cleared up in terms of the ban.
Yeah.
And so, but that was, and what was the?
Well, that wasn't the actual shoe that got banned. It was the airship.
Okay.
Not even his actual shoe. His shoe was being still conceived or whatever. They wasn't even through making his actual shoe yet.
Oh, wow.
So people thought that one was banned, but it was really the black and red airships that got banned.
Wow. Okay, so what's your number 2?
Maybe my number 2 might be like the original 80s model Gucci sneakers, because it was just like such a coveted, sought after shoe. Like, the hustlers, the ballers had them. I remember my cousins had them. They were workers, but they were just like, really, really fresh. And everybody talks about them to this day.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so my number 3, Air Force 1's. If you have a whole coast wearing them, and even other coasts wearing them as well, then I would say that's pretty impactful, right? Okay. So what's your number 4? Or number 3? What's your number 3?
Maybe my number 3 might be like the Jordan 4's.
Okay.
I put the number 4's in there. My cousins had them. I remember my little sister was gifted a pair of hand-me-down number 4's, white and cement. And I was like, man, like they were just so fresh. And then seeing that she had got those, it was like, man, it was just, Jordans were always like something that I was just like, man, I gotta get those one day. They were like aspirational because they were expensive. Plus, like, everybody didn't really get it. Everybody didn't really like them. It's nothing like it is now. Like, everybody didn't like Jordans. I remember you had tons of people, especially here in Detroit, they'd be like, man, them new Jordans is ugly. So you had like a kind of a cult following. They, people had them, but they weren't like anything like they are now back in the day.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, now look. My number 4. Some people gonna be mad. But my number 4 would be the classic K-Swiss. And I say that because K-Swiss
was real popular here. My mother stayed in a pair, and then all my cousins, like everybody that was into fashion and clothes here in Detroit, guys and girls, bought K-Swiss.
Yeah.
They had the canvas ones with the red and the blue outline stripe on them. Because they had, 5 stripes, I think.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 like Adidas. But yeah, K-Swiss was real hot for a while.
Yeah.
Now back in St. Louis, I remember back in 02, 01 when I was going there, a lot of the summer people were wearing them then. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot K-Swiss was real hot. Guys and girls wore K-Swiss.
Exactly. And so I never got any. However, my mother wore them like they were Air Force 1's. When they got dirty, she went and got another pair. So it was like her Air Force 1's. Everybody wore them. So that's my pick. Okay, so what's your number 4?
I think my number 4 would probably be the Jordan 1's because, and like, this is hard to make a top 5, but I remember when they retroed them. Actually, before they retroed them, I was little. I don't know how old I was, but it was a secondhand store by our house. And I remember me and my friends went in there and they had the Jordan 1's in there, and it was like, I didn't really know what they were, but I was like, wait a minute, like that's something I've seen. I was somehow like connected to that shoe. And I remember, a little child, I didn't have no money. I probably was like 9 or 10 at the time. And I couldn't get them. And I was so mad. And then that secondhand store, it didn't even stay open that long. But I remember in 7th grade, I was in the 7th grade, I think, when they first the 6th grade maybe, when they first retroed the 1's, and a friend of ours had it, and I was like, man, I gotta get those, and I couldn't. I ended up not getting those, but that next summer I had bought the 2's because they had brought those out.
Oh,
So
wow.
I said the number 1 would be my number 4, but again, like it's hard to put it in order, but you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah. It was at a secondhand store?
Yeah, because this was around that time. They had been out since like 85, and like at that time I was like 10, so this was like 92, 91, 92, somewhere in
wow.
the summertime.
That's pretty cool. Okay. So my number 5 is a shoe I never wore. It may be along the lines, like down the line, maybe I'll wear it. But it's not a shoe that I was totally interested in. But I believe it was very impactful. And it will be the Nike Cortezes. Because, I mean, the whole West Coast wore them. And even West East area, we had some moments with that shoe as well. So I would say, yeah. So I would say that would be my number 5.
That might be one of the biggest. You could actually put the Cortez in there for one of the biggest impacts, far as a shoe has made ever. Though the Cortez, I would definitely put that in there.
Yeah. So
We probably need to go on though. We could continue talking about shoes impact. We could finish the 5, but then just add like honorable mentions or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like an extension.
Yeah. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 would definitely have to be, and again, like this really isn't in no wholehearted order for me, but definitely these top 5. The number 3, the black and cement number 3 Jordans, because those were the first shoes that I actually saved it. Like I worked a summer for, saved up for. When we went back to school in '94, I had bought those for myself. So
Okay.
yeah, the number 3s, the black ones.
That's cool. All right. So that is the end of our video. You know, it's just our top 5 of all times. So don't get mad, okay? All right. Peace.
Peace.